What's good, fight fans? This is Ashley's Corner, and I know everybody know about the bombshell that was dropped late last night. Everybody's talking. Everybody either big channels made videos about it and lives about it last night, and people that was asleep is talking about it this morning or talking about it again. So I just wanted to say what I got. I wanted to give y'all what I got. You know what I'm saying? ESPN is saying that David Avanesian and Terrence Crawford is all geared up with a fight date and everything to fight in December. Okay, Bud did the little switcheroo and did the back door, just like Ryan Garcia. Okay, um, ESPN said this, so it got to be true because all Bud do is blame PBC and Earl Spence, and you know he blamed them for everything. You know what I mean? So ESPN got to be telling the truth when it comes to this shit. You know what I mean? If PBC's always wrong, Spence don't know what he's talking about, then ESPN and Bud is where to go. You know what I'm saying? So it must be facts. Like it just is what it is. That's how I look at it, yo. And I don't think Spence, wanted to push to 2023 like Bud said. Bud saying that Earl Spence and PBC wanted to fight later on. They didn't want to fight this year. They wanted to fight next year. That's why he's fighting David, because they stalling. Even though Bud had the contract for months, you know what I'm saying? He's saying Earl's stalling, and Earl don't want to fight this year. He want to fight next year, so he's fighting David. Like it's bull. And then he said, "I'll whoop Earl's ass after I beat David." Bruh, like, oh my God, y'all. I don't believe that y'all are still in negotiations. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that at all. It's all smoke and mirrors. Bud just talk. He talked for the trolls. That's why trolls understand him and casual boxing fans understand him. He talked for the casual. He don't talk for real boxing fans. He don't talk for us. That's why all the stuff that he be saying, it never makes sense to us, because he speaks for the casuals to understand and beginning to really just believe that. Matter of fact, I said it before. I said it weeks ago that that Bob was right. Bob evidently was right. But Bob was basically trying to tell us that Bud isn't a good businessman and he's difficult to work with and all of that stuff. He said all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He could have bought a place in Malibu. Like, bro, I said this weeks ago on my live. I said it in my video that I made about Bud. Like, he was right. He wasn't bullshitting. This is really how Bud is. It's not even. At first, I thought that he just had some type of disdain for Earl. But the reason why it's like this with Earl and not like that with anybody else that he fought is because Earl is really a bigger name than him. Everybody else that he fought ain't bigger than him. So he can, push him around and ask the majority of the money, and they'll sign it anyway because it's a good check. That's why he could never secure the Danny Garcia fight, because he was trying to give Danny Garcia scraps, and Danny Garcia ain't a scrap fighter. You're gonna have to pay that man. That's why I ain't fight Thurman. Thurman was like, get out of our face, Bob, when it's speaking about him and Sean Porter, trying to give Sean Porter $1 million and stuff. Like, bruh, Bob been telling us that Bud don't know his head from his ass when it comes to business negotiations or numbers. He don't know nothing when it comes to advertisement. He knows nothing. That's what he's been saying. And then his manager is Bomac, the double-edged spoon. Out this joint, got a scoop on both ends of the stick. Just scooping money out the bowl and the pocket and the pot. Just scooping everywhere. It's crazy, yo. Smoke and mirrors, and Bud isn't even that good at it. Now, at first I heard that he's not fighting Earl, he's gonna fight Josh Taylor. That's what I heard. And I was like, Josh Taylor seemed like he'd been kidnapped. I haven't seen or heard from him, haven't seen a tweet. He hasn't typed a letter, a bat of the eye. We don't know if he even in this country, right? We don't know if he's in the UK. We don't know where this man is. But David Avanesian, that's who you're gonna fight. Man, when I heard this, I thought I was like, since it's from ESPN, and that's the crazy thing is you aren't signed to ESPN, right? Somebody tell me, does Bud have a promoter, a network, a platform? What does he have? I want to answer to all three of them questions. What is it? David Avenesian is 29, 3-1, and he's already been knocked out with 17 KOs. How is he a power puncher? And he's fought 32 times and got 17 knockouts. He's not a power puncher, bruh. He's not. He's been pro since 2009. 34 years old, Russian, 5'8", with a 68.5-inch reach. And knockout rating is 51.52%. Fought for 204 rounds. But the crazy thing is, it says he's set to fight John Miguez, whatever, however you pronounce his name. But that's what BoxRec said that he's got to fight, and that fight is supposed to be in November. And I just said that to let everybody know we see it. We see what BoxRec say, and ESPN know we see what BoxRec say. But this ain't the first time. It ain't the 50th time that we've seen somebody fight that a fight is supposed to be taking place on BoxRec, and that fight doesn't happen at all. Or that person that's supposed to be fighting that person gets switched out with somebody else. So if ESPN is saying that this is what's going on, then honestly, the person that he was supposed to fight is probably not fighting him anymore. And because he has a top rank, he has Terrence Crawford in front of him. So yeah, he probably was about to fight this guy, but since Terrence Crawford's stepping in, he's going to fight Terrence Crawford. Just like when it comes to Maxie Hughes always have a fight lined up, and he was about to fight Kid Gallahan, and then Ryan Garcia swept in and was like, we can have a fight, and then he was like, oh okay, screw Gallahan, and Maxie Hughes was down to fight Ryan. He didn't even want to fight Kid Gallahan no more. So this could be a similar situation. That's the only reason why I let everybody know what it actually says on BoxRec. But we know what Terrence Crawford is saying. We know what ESPN is saying. It's so many scenarios I'm thinking about. First of all, I'm still thinking the same thing, that, Bud is just staying here to make sure Earl don't get undisputed. Like, that's just honestly how I feel. But just like I said, like, I believe Bob now of everything. Like, maybe Bob was just being 100% honest and saying that he's difficult to work with and he's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's really what it is. That's basically what Bob was saying. You know what I'm saying? And Bud was defending himself by saying he always talked like that. You know what I mean? You can't believe that. Bro, he didn't even deny anything that Bob said when I think about it. He didn't deny anything. All right, I mean, but still, on the other hand, it's a few ways you can look at it. But seems like Bud has been on making Spence out to be a liar, like he is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything EJ says that he's gonna do, he do. You know what I'm saying? There's supposed to be one more. He said he had 3 more fights. He fought one fight. He said he had 2 more fights. He fought Ugas. Now he said he basically got 1 more fight and he's trying to move up. Now Bud just want this motherfucker. Bud just want him to be a liar or something. He just want to turn around and be like, well, you lied to your fans, or some of his casual fans say that to Earl Spence fans. Earl lied. He lied to y'all and all that BS. Like Bud didn't lie and say that Earl was ducking him, and then when he sued Bob, he came out and said Earl didn't duck him. Like, come on, bro. That's be 100. All right. But Bud trying to make Earl wait like he's something special. Like, bruh, just forget it. I don't even care anymore, yo. I just want Earl to just get on with his career. Screw this cat, dog. Screw this dude. I don't even believe that, this is another tactic, to I just honestly believe that this is another tactic. Like, he don't want to fight him. He never did. He never wanted to fight EJ, and he still don't want to fight him. He's been lying to everyone, and nobody cares, yo. Nobody cares that this man's been lying the whole time. You shouldn't even trust nobody that look like that. Look at his face, how he's looking in the daggone picture. And how Bud gonna say that he's gonna whoop Spence after he beat David? Okay, first of all, if you lose, you're never going to get that fight anyway, because Spence don't. It's not about you. You're not special. All Spence won is that WBO, and you know it. He don't care about you. He just want the WBO strap. And second of all, Bud, Bud lying because the problem has been the contract the whole time, right? So if the contract ain't good, why is it good now? You know what I'm saying? The contract was that he didn't want a 3-fight deal, but he wanted Charlo at 154. All of them are with PBC, but he don't want a PBC contract to fight a 3-fight deal. The money wasn't right and all of that stuff. But you telling us that it's a guarantee you gonna whoop Spence ass after, but the contract ain't right, right? Isn't that the problem? EJ should give your ass the same amount you getting to fight David Avenesian. If that shit really happened, Earl should change the contract and be like, that contract is null and void, and this your new contract since you fought David. You get $10 million for this fight. Take it or leave it. For real. I'm tired of it. I don't even care anymore. I don't. I already know Spence was going to whoop him. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I wanted what Spence wanted because I'm a fan of him. And if he wanted you and Undisputed, then I'm for him. But fuck this cat, dog. Like, seriously. You can go ahead and fight David. Fight David or anyone else other than Earl Spence, and it's over, and he knows it. He can finally get some sleep at night with his scary ass. He a scary ass nigga, ain't no way around it. I don't care what nobody say. That dude is scary. And the fact of the matter is that Bob was 100% right in saying all the negative things that he said about Bud. Just think, Bob Arum has promoted so many fighters, so many different attitudes in different years and in eras of this sport. He ain't never said nothing like that about nobody. Somebody like Terrence, we see it though now, don't we? We understand why somebody would say such horrible things about someone with so many accolades and that dirty word, you know. He has all of this. He's supposed to be one of your top fighters on it, and you got negative things to say. That's because he been talking to Bob Arum the same way he been talking to the public about him fighting Earl Spence. He been talking to Bob about him fighting everybody that he's fought on his resume. Like that the entire time. We getting upset over one fight, over him not fighting Earl. Bob had to deal with Terrence Crawford his whole entire career. That's why he broke and said all of that stuff. I believe Bob. I believe myself. And I believe what's true. I believe ESPN. Because the only reason why I believe ESPN is because Bud want us to believe ESPN. It's only two. And how the hell, that's what I'm saying. How is ESPN still talking for this dude if he ain't with him? Does he still have the contract with ESPN? He just don't have it with Top Rank? Like, what is really good? What's really good? But if it's in between PBC and ESPN, and if he's saying PBC's lying, then ESPN got to be telling the truth, right? Isn't he speaking in any with Bud? It's like I said, I believe that the man, truthfully, I do believe Bob. Like I said weeks ago, I believe Bob. I believe that Bomac the double-edged spoon has a lot to do with his career and us being upset because he's supposed to be the manager. And I believe Terrence Crawford is a troll and you shouldn't believe nothing that he says. Even if he's telling the truth, he's not a good businessman or nobody to follow. The man's tactics are wrong and everything that he be doing when it comes to business. And he over there teaching all the youngins that's in Top Rank his way of doing business, and it's disgusting to me. I don't know how Bud fans can keep putting up with this and trying to take up for it, but it's disgusting. David Avenesian is ranked number 6 in the WBO. So he's skipping over Virgil Ortiz, he's skipping over Boots, he's skipping over Thurman. He's skipping over a few great fighters to fight David Avenesian. Always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.